Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. On my way to go get it, as always. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little late. You know what I'm saying? Woke up a little late, but it is what it is, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob. On the road to 2K. We about to crack that 1,200 mark for sure. Yeah, I mean, we should be closing that in by the probably by the end of next week. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob for making this possible. Now, what I want to talk about today is the fight that's officially signed and ready to go, and that is between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. We finally got the fight. We didn't really wait too long. You know what I mean? We had some close calls with both of these dudes. With Tyson Fury, could have lost that fight against Francis Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? I thought he edged it out slightly, but there's people that believe Francis Ngannou won, or it may have been a draw, and I can't argue that because it was that razor thin in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And then against and with Oleksandr Usyk, he got caught with a good body shot that he was able to play off as if it was a low blow, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And he was in trouble against Daniel Dubois. But, you know what I mean? Smart veteran move by Oleksandr Usyk to sell it as if it was a low blow. He had the time he needed to recover, which was a good amount of time. And then he was able to stop Daniel Dubois afterwards. Wasn't necessarily shocked by that because at the end of the day, Daniel Dubois does have some quit in him. So it wasn't far-fetched for that to necessarily happen. So Oleksandr had the most impressive performance. However, they both went through their adversities, with Oleksandr Usyk getting hurt with the body shot and Tyson Fury getting dropped by Francis Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? So they were both close calls in their previous bouts. And I think right now is the perfect time for these guys to fight because it seems like both of these guys are having, like, not mediocre performances, but performances where it's not to the best of their abilities. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to fight each other right now because it's not far-fetched to say that if these guys take another fight, they may possibly go through another controversial bout or possibly lose. You know what I'm saying? So before they even get to that situation, they fight each other for all the belts, undisputed. That's a hell of a fight, man. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing, one of the most meaningful fights in boxing. You know what I mean? Oleksandr Usyk came up from cruiserweight, became undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Dominated the cruiserweight division, came up and beat the unified champion. You know what I'm saying? He took like 1 or 2 fights. I think he fought Witherspoon, and then I think he fought Derek Chisora as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then he went and he took on Anthony Joshua, took his belts, rematched him, and then was able to defeat him as well. So Anthony Joshua, he's a top heavyweight, whether we like it or not. We could have all the criticism in the world for him, but nonetheless, he's one of the best heavyweights in the sport of boxing. We can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? The accolades are there. He's able to show and prove. So Oleksandr Usyk solidified himself as a heavyweight. Now, is he a small heavyweight? Yes. But he's a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He has three of the major belts to prove it. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, he's been dominating the heavyweight division since he's made that comeback off of that Vladimir Klitschko win. You know what I mean? He beat Vladimir Klitschko, went through all types of mental health issues, and was battling addiction and all types of stuff. He was able to overcome that and beat the most dangerous guy in the division, in Deontay Wilder. Regardless of how people may feel about it, in the history books is going to say that the first fight was a draw. You know what I'm saying? When he came back, he had an impressive performance, faced some adversity, and stood up to it really well. Second fight, dominated Deontay Wilder. Third fight was an all-out brawl, but he came out on top. Nonetheless, was dropped twice. Faced adversity in that fight as well. And showed us that he's really a dog. He could take a shot. And whenever he needs to bite down and put the boxing aside and really have a full-on fight, he's able to do so. He could pull that out the bag. And I think that's what's going to hurt Oleksandr Usyk. Besides him being a small heavyweight, I also believe that the roughhouse tactics that Tyson Fury is capable of doing, I think he's going to bring it out this fight because I think he understands that he doesn't want to have a chess match with Oleksandr Usyk. Can Tyson Fury box? Yes. But why play into Oleksandr Usyk's game? You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be with Sugar Hill, you know what I mean, working on some, you know, I don't want to say dirty tactics, but it's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the elbow he gave Ngannou or the leaning on opponents to drain them of their energy like he did against Deontay Wilder, forearms in the face and all types of stuff. Oleksandr Usyk is going to have to be prepared for that type of scenario. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he works on his conditioning this entire camp. Hopefully it's the best it's ever been in his career, because he's definitely going to need every ounce of that conditioning going into this fight with the 6'9", 270-pound plus man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he working on his conditioning, make sure his legs is nice and strong to stand up to that weight that may be put on him at certain times throughout the fight. And he's going to have to be ready for the dirty tactics. Hopefully he gets some sparring partners that's able to rough him up and use their size against him, because that's exactly what he's going to go up against Tyson Fury. I highly doubt Tyson Fury is going to pull out the boxing, the punching and grabbing style he gave against Vladimir Klitschko. That's not what he's going to do at all. You know what I mean? I think he understands that Oleksandr Usyk is at a major disadvantage. This man fought as low as 165 in the amateurs. He fought Sean Porter in the amateurs at 165 pounds. So Usyk's not the biggest guy. You know what I'm saying? Over time, he was able to add on the weight and acclimate to the cruiserweight division and then go on to be a heavyweight. But at the end of the day, it seems like he doesn't hold up to it seems like his body language changed when he gets hit with flush shots against heavyweights. I've seen it against Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's body work was efficient, especially in that second fight. Anthony Joshua made the adjustments that Robert Garcia put into his game, and although he wasn't successful, that it was paying off some dividends. You know what I mean? You can tell them body shots was bothering Oleksandr Usyk, and then on top of that, that body shot and Daniel Dubois is a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? Big puncher. One of the biggest punchers in the division, if we speaking frankly. You know what I mean? And he didn't seem to hold up too well to them shots as well. So I think that's because he's at a major size disadvantage. He's not used to being a heavyweight, so he doesn't have that punch resistance that the average heavyweight boxer would have. You know what I'm saying? He's not able to stand up too much because he's not a full-blown heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? He had to really pack on them pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's what I personally believe. So going into this fight, it's a great fight. February 17th out in Saudi Arabia, they locked that shit in, and it's a great fight. And seeing an undisputed heavyweight champ is going to be extremely dope. You know what I mean? May the best man win, but I got Tyson Fury edging this one out. I think there's just too much that's playing into his favor. Then on top of that, I think he's going to be extremely motivated at that Francis Ngannou fight. I think that he was humiliated in that fight, if we being honest. And I think that that's going to motivate him to come back and perform to the best of his ability. Or that could be signs that he's actually on a decline, and that may play to Oleksandr Usyk's advantage. You know what I mean? And he might just get a man a boxing lesson. We won't really know until these guys are in the ring, but it's a great fight. You know what I'm saying? And Mazuma TV, we love undisputed fights. We love unification fights. And we got one, man. So shout out to Saudi Arabia and them out there for making this fight happen. And we're going to have to wait a couple more months to see this fight happen. Hopefully there's no pullouts or cancellations or anything like that. That's my opinion on the situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button, man. Let's get the algorithm on the up. I appreciate it, man. Have a great day. Peace.